Good morning. I know I don't never say subscribe or anything, so I don't really, 'cause to me this is my company. But anyway, I've been analyzing in my mind the situation in San Louis, Missouri, and I've seen this hostility build up in a lot of situations to where the 1% wants to have a civil war because it's profitable for them to have a war. You have to understand that in today's society that we are slaves to the bank. We no longer grow our own cotton. They shamed our family in the 50s, in Byhalia, Mississippi. Byhalia means keeper of the land. They grew cotton. They made their own clothes. They were self-sufficient with their food. Probably the only thing they had to get from the white man was salt because that was one of the first things that the white man found out it was profitable when they went to India, the country, was to herbs and tea. And so as long as our society has shamed black people till they no longer self-sufficient, that we're totally dependent on going to Walmart, to the grocery store, because I remember my Uncle Roy boy, he used to say that they don't lie four times on top of the original lie. So the first lie got changed, and the second lie got even a bigger lie to where now we are not self sufficient. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Uh, um, we do not make our own stuff. I remember the older guys and stuff like that. They would pretty much make a brand new car out of parts. You don't see any men thinking like that. They know all about how to rehearse and look at X-ray stuff all day and play video games. But our society is not self-sufficient. You have to go to work. So that's what's going to happen in Missouri and St. Louis is that they're just waiting for it to die down. All Shelton and all them, they know you have to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing your own. We're not making our own electricity, even though we can make our own electricity through using the sun is very powerful, through the wind, through the water. Most of New York gets its electricity from Niagara Falls. We could probably, I don't even see in the church, I don't see them having the interest of the congregation as besides having an interest for their pockets. This is a very selfishness that the capitalists. It's about your self gratification. How often can these men have an orgasm? Well, they can have one every 21 seconds, I guess. Anyway, and imagine what that does with your brain firing. So you're actually killing, probably some, brains that you're not really using. But still, just think about that. And maybe if you do, anyway. So the thing is, we're not self-efficient as a society. We're totally dependent on the banks, and their money is all based on oil. So we're over in the Middle East. We're over here, and you see, we went over to the Middle East and we trained their people, right? Just like we trained our policemen in Ferguson, Missouri, and you see how they act. So the whole system is geared to keep you not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Look at our school system. It's spelling our children miserably. America is in the service industry. You know what I'm saying? It's McDonald's, Burger King, and all that. You know what I'm saying? And these poor people are wanting a raise from McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't afford to even go to college because they done priced it in such a way that you're going to be working the next 20 years to pay it off. So, you know what I mean? And so the thing is, if we could get back to, not being ashamed of our past, grow our own cotton, clean that cotton, and do what it takes, and make our own clothes, or make our own shoes, or if we can't do that, you know, start growing some of your own food because diabetes has a lot to do with your diet, and that you can't control. If you can't grow it, be a little bit more choicey. Maybe eat more rice. If it wasn't for rice, I wouldn't be here today. I'll show you how to make salmon croquettes, and I like it with rice. on my I do a cooking one or two sisters cooking. So I have fish tortillas and some chicken tortillas on there. Because I'm a single person, I am on a budget. A lot of my dishes that I'm making are pretty much like under $2. You know, for that servings, and basically that's pretty much probably about $1.40. I have to stick around a meal. Now I admit I eat a little bit more often. I probably have I eat a lot less, but I probably eat 6 times, and then occasionally like every 3 months I might have a binge with like delicious chocolates or cakes or something. But I think my body probably needs that. Especially I love dark chocolate too. Mixed with, anyway, I think Jerry's here. He's gonna be working on the house. Oh, wait a minute. But anyway, so my point is that they're waiting for you to die down because you have to go back to work because you got electric bill, you got mortgage, you got to pay the bank. But if we could start teaching our kids, ourselves a little bit, spending a half an hour a day, just doing spelling words like in the color purple, maybe just putting, labeling things, sitting down, reading to them, having them read to you. There's good stuff right off the internet that's great. And then math, because you do need math. I always hear this thing about, well, when are you gonna use it? It's like I use math every day. I use math every time I gotta go to school. I gotta get changed. And if you want to be a gangster, a lot of them that was gangsters lost all their money through crooked cops because they didn't know that they didn't do the math. So anyway, it's time to re-educate ourselves because like this is going to go over. They're going to be doing some more killing because they're trying to incite us. Even if the police don't know what they signed up to do, but in the long run, I remember like reading about the Romans and their soldiers, and like they would capture other people and they would fight for them. And then after those people that came that had joined their group, that wasn't really in their group, had finished fighting a couple of wars, they would just feed them to the lions. They would kill them. So basically, if we don't change our society, we're in for we're just going to destroy it. So we have a choice. And they're going to let Ferguson blow over. They're going to kill a few more black kids. Just going to throw it up in your face. And, I personally say if they're going to start a civil war, as many people that could get the hell out, get the hell out. Because I'm totally against this type of crazy propaganda. I'm against the banks getting bailed out in the first place. I'm against the way the Republicans have not worked, how they're taking, with their super PAC, they're getting money from corporations that have too much invested in the Middle East, own the oil well and all this, and you got them in Syria or whatever, trying to capture these oil wells, and then they can't sell it to anybody because they're getting blocked. It's those people's land, it's their oil. It's no sense for them dying. They could probably still make money 550 ways from them, and they wouldn't have to do with killing and blowing up people. The God made this earth for enough for everybody, made enough space for everybody. But the way we are governing this planet, it's not fit for a dog. A dog don't even have the right to roam around. A dog, what I'm saying? Until we can get freedom for a dog, we're not going to have it.